Hi, boys and girls. It's Miss Davis here. We're on to day 3 of our Developing Talkers lesson of The Kissing Hand. Today we're going to reread this book, The Kissing Hand. It's a fiction book because the author made it up in her imagination. We're going to learn 2 new words to listen for today. This word is edge. Repeat. The edge of something is where it starts or ends. The girl is sitting on the edge of the deck. Imagine you are sitting with this girl and pretend to trace the edge of the porch and say, I'm sitting on the edge. Well, your turn. I'm sitting on the edge. Very good. This word is familiar. Repeat. When something is familiar to you, you know it well. Pretend your partner is a new student who doesn't know your school. Shake their hand and say, you'll be familiar with our school soon. Or now we can give a wave and say, don't worry, you'll be familiar with our school soon. Good job, boys and girls, listening to those new words. So listen for those as I read. And I also want you to think about this guided question as I read. Why does Chester's mother need a kiss on her hand? Why does Chester's mother need a kiss on her hand? So I want you to think about that as I read The Kissing Hand. Chester Raccoon stood on the edge of the forest and cried. I don't want to go to school, he told his mother. I want to stay home with you, and I want to play with my friends, and I want to play with my toys and read my books and swing on my swing. Please, may I stay home with you? The author says that Chester was at the edge of the forest. The edge of something is where it starts or ends. Mrs. Raccoon took Chester by the hand and nuzzled him on the ear. Sometimes we all have to do things we don't want to do, she told him gently. Even if it seems strange or scary at first, but you will love school once you start. The first day of school can be really hard and scary for some students. Show me thumbs up or thumbs down for this question. Did you feel scared on the first day of school, like Chester? Yes or no? Miss Davis always feels scared on the first day of school because she's so excited. I'm scared to meet all my new friends and hope that they have fun and that they're not too sad, but I'm also very excited. How did you feel on the first day of school? Were you scared or were you sad? Or happy? How did you feel? Good. You'll make new friends and play with new toys and read new books and swing on new swings. Besides, she added, I know a wonderful secret that will make your nights at school seem as warm and cozy as your days at home. Chester wiped away his tears and looked interested. A secret? Excuse me, a secret? What kind of secret? A very old secret, said Mrs. Raccoon. I learned it from my mother, and she learned it from hers. It's called the kissing hand. The kissing hand? Asked Chester. What's that? I'll show you. Mrs. Raccoon took Chester's hand and spread open his tiny fingers into a fan. Leaning forward, she kissed Chester right in the middle of his palm. Chester felt the warmth from his mother's kiss rush from his hand to his arm and into his heart. Even his silky black mask tingled with a special warmth. Mrs. Raccoon smiled. Now, she told Chester, whenever you feel lonely or need a little lovin' from home, just press your hand to your cheek and think, Mommy loves you. Mommy loves you. And that very kiss will jump to your face and fill you with toasty, warm thoughts. What do you think Chester will do the next time he feels sad and lonely? What do you think Chester will do next time he feels sad and lonely? Yeah, he'll probably put his hand to his cheek to feel his mother's kiss. Very good. She took Chester's hand and carefully wrapped his fingers around the kiss. Now, do be careful not to lose it, she teased him. But don't worry. When you open your hand and wash your food, I promise the kiss will stick. Chester loved his kissing hand, and now he knew his mother's love would go with him wherever he went, even to school. That night, Chester stood in front of the school and looked thoughtful. Suddenly, he turned to his mother and grinned. Give me your hand, he told her. Chester took his mother's hand in his own and unfolded her large, familiar fingers into a fan. Next, he leaned forward and kissed the center of her hand. When something is familiar, you know it well. Chester's mother's fingers were familiar to him. Chester had seen and touched his mother's fingers a lot, so he knew them well. Very good. Now you have a kissing hand too, he told his mother, and with a gentle goodbye and an I love you, Chester turned and danced away. Mrs. Raccoon watched Chester scamper across the tree limb and enter to school. And as the hoot owl rang in the new school year, she pressed her left hand to her cheek and smiled. The warmth of Chester's kiss filled her heart with special words. Chester loves you, it sang. Chester loves you. Why did Mrs. Raccoon press her hand to her cheek? Think about the story. Why did Mrs. Raccoon press her hand to her cheek? She was probably missing Chester. Good. Let's pretend we're Mrs. Raccoon. Press your hand to your cheek and smile and say, Chester loves you. Now your turn. Chester loves you. I love you. Good job, boys and girls. As you were listening to that story, you were thinking about our guided question. And our guided question was, why does Chester's mother need a kiss on her hand? Yeah, she needs a kiss because she was angry or because she's missing Chester. Of course, she used the kissing hand that Chester gave her because she was missing her boy. Right, so just as much as he needed one, she needed one too, because it's hard for mommies and daddies to send their kids to school and they'll miss them too. Boys and girls, you have to make an inference to answer that guided question. When you make an inference, you use clues about your background knowledge and make a smart guess. Let's talk about our 2 new words and then we'll review our old words, okay? This word is familiar. Repeat. When something is familiar to you, you know it well. Your school or your home is familiar to you. What else is familiar to you? What else is familiar? Yeah, your family is familiar. Maybe your pets are familiar. Your friends are familiar. Good. This next one is edge. Repeat. The edge of something is where it starts or stops, or starts or ends. This girl is sitting on the edge of the deck. What other things might have an edge? Yeah, at my house, the table has an edge. The driveway has an edge. The backyard has an edge. Has a place where it starts or stops. Very good, boys and girls. Our next words from yesterday and the day before are cozy. Repeat. When you feel cozy, you're warm and comfortable. This word is grin. Repeat. When you grin, you smile. This word is gently. When you say or do something gently, you do it in a kind, soft way. And this word is interested. These girls are interested in the starfish. What are you interested in? Good job, boys and girls. I hope you learned a lot during that lesson. And we'll see you soon. Bye.